About a month ago, I experienced ayahuasca for the first time down in Sacred Valley, Peru. It was absolutely amazing. It's such a beautiful country. There are so many things to see and do, and if you are interested in trying ayahuasca for the first time, I definitely recommend heading down to South America to experience it in the homeland. My first ceremony was very grounded and was more of a personal affirmation. This dose hit me fairly quickly, what felt like within maybe 15 to 20 minutes. It began with the appearance of Mother Ayahuasca, the prominent female figure who appears in many ayahuasca visions, as well as several entities that look to be a praying mantis, blend of plant, insect, and machine. They guided me to follow them through the experience. Mother Ayahuasca had her back turned to me the whole time, wrapped in slithering fractal vines and leaves, and I remember wishing I could see her face. They ushered me into the experience and wrapped it in an overall feeling of pure love and joy, all smiling with open arms, pulling and carrying me through an intertwined biomechanical, kaleidoscopic meshwork and layers of doors that constantly flowed in and out of each other. The beings told me that I was to follow them and that they had something important to show me. They also showed me that I needed to purge, and their smiling insect faces began to vomit. Shortly after, I did. I had many thoughts flow through me about my love for my family, as well as a renewed love for myself. I left with a message to be more sure of myself and my relationship with the people in my life, to follow my instincts, to be okay with who I am, and to know that I was on the right path. The second ceremony is what really blew me away. Since I left the first experience with such a good feeling, I was actually kind of hesitant to participate in the second one. I felt that I didn't want to overstep it or be greedy and finish on a negative experience with it, should I end up going to a dark place. After having a good conversation with one of the shamans, I went in with the main intention of thanking Mother Ayahuasca for the beautiful experience I had last time. This dose took forever to hit me. I didn't even think it was going to work and contemplated drinking a second cup. At least 1 hour passed. It felt like quite a long time just sitting in the dark, listening to others purge and the shaman go through the first Icaros. Finally, things slowly began to creep up on me. I had subtle visions of the faces of alien beings, like how you'd typically imagine aliens, the grays with pale skin and big dark eyes. I kind of thought to myself, no way, I'm not going to see aliens, am I? I saw more subtle visions of them pointing toward the stars, as if they were pointing to a map in the sky showing me where they come from. Soon after, I had flashes of a large eye opening, full of light containing many different colors. Then I suddenly found myself with Mother Ayahuasca again, but this time she was staring me straight in the eyes with the most powerful, piercing gaze that contained all colors of the spectrum. She was young and beautiful, and her skin was deep dark blue, almost black, and she had glowing Medusa-like hair, although it wasn't made of snakes, just glowing strands of infinite colors of light. She said through her mind, "This will seal the deal. You will not purge tonight, and you'll take in all of this DMT because you'll need it." I then had an extreme yawning fit. It felt like I had yawned 100 times, to the point that my eyes were watering profusely. Tears ran down my face, and my nose flushed out mucus. At this point, I'm pretty freaked out because I didn't expect such a physical experience to happen aside from the purge, but I was already told that wasn't in the plan tonight. Suddenly, interdimensional beings arrive. I'll refer to these ones as aliens just because it's easier and they really look just like them. They squeeze and wring out my pineal gland in the center of my brain, flushing it out, purifying it, and replenishing it with new DMT, kind of like an oil change. I got the sense that they were prying open my third eye. I could feel it opening. When they were finished, I felt new and refreshed. At least one alien and I feel like there were 3 there, shared glances in amazement for what happened next. His little alien jaw dropped and we all started laughing out of disbelief. A taller master alien appeared. He was dressed in what looked like some sort of ceremonial robe. He stood above me and pulled out my crown chakra. I didn't even know what this was called until the discussion afterwards. It was shining, mostly gold, but had streams of many other glowing colors emanating from it. He then wrapped up a little ball of light, twisting other streams of light around it, placed it in my crown, and gently put it all back in place into the top of my head. He said with his mind that when I wake up tomorrow, I will know what this gift is. It took me a while to come out of this one, I think because I didn't purge for a long while after. At times I felt like it would never end. While others were gathering around in a circle and starting a fire in the middle of the temple, I still felt quite high. My body felt very weak, and I was still having oral and visual hallucinations similar to those of mushrooms or LSD. I very slowly regained the ability to control my body and be able to walk properly. I didn't sleep at all that night aside from a 30-minute nap the morning before we were to meet for breakfast and integration. I eventually did vomit unusually late in the afterglow of the whole experience. We drank at around 7 p.m., but I didn't purge until about 3 a.m. I guess Mother Ayahuasca wasn't kidding about holding on to it as long as I needed to blast my mind even more. During the end of the ceremony, when we had all started to come down and discuss things around a fire, when I finally felt like I could speak, I asked, "So, did anyone else see any beings?" To my surprise, Macarena, a girl from Chile who sat on the opposite side of the temple, said that during her experience she saw aliens standing over me. All I could think was, what the fuck? I didn't expect that. To have the experience verified by a witness outside of my own mind. It totally reinforced the idea that what just happened to me was something very real. That perhaps this plant medicine opens us up to a level of consciousness that can access a higher dimension. I asked the shamans about all of this alien stuff, and they told me that they work with these entities to learn how to do chakra healing themselves, but that this was the first time they've ever had the beings perform the chakra surgery, directly on a ceremony participant under the influence of ayahuasca. They expressed great gratitude that I had this experience with them at their temple. I don't know about you, but I am fucking completely blown away by this shit and am starting to believe. The truth is out there. Thank you for listening.